Next, we'd like to bring Gary Swick back up. There he is. And his presentation on where were you for It's Our Fox River Day 2023.
Thank you. First, we're gonna feature a film. Everything goes our way.
No.
So, in introduction, in the fall of 2022, Friends of the Fox River was contracted by World Touch Productions. We're interested in creating a film about the Fox River. They were looking for some river heroes, and so I got contacted to help them find these people, and I gave them a pretty extensive list, and it had many people in this room on that list. But the production company, Rivers Are Life, looks for stories where they can profile individuals to tell the story of that particular river. And what they're hoping to do with these films, and they have maybe a dozen now, is inspire people to take action. So that's what this film is all about. So Watershed Warriors was released last April, so right after the summit, and it's a call for action for the Fox River watershed. The film profiles Friends of the Fox River, but many of you here are also warriors as well. And we do it, you do it in so many different ways that are necessary to protect and restore the health of our watershed. So Jenny and I and Friends of the Fox River, we're very proud to represent you. And here we go. You have your fingers crossed?
So I wanted to do this forever. I feel spiritually connected to it because I grew up so near it and played in and around it as a kid. Oh, and did you guys see where my phone ended up? I'm in that talk to people about protecting the river. It seems really important that I totally understand it. Shipping project being right over there. Anybody? My name is Jenny Kemp. I'm about to paddle 200 miles of the Fox River. Sorry. We're going to look at what's going on around the creek. You can see there's lots of check boxes in that stuff, okay? Every small group needs one of these. Inside this kit, I was pretty unsure, as most of us are as teenagers. Since I got into high school, I learned about a teacher who had the reputation for being awesome. Took one of his classes, it was called Community Science, and it turned out to be the most pivotal class that I took in high school. That was it. This is the direction that my career is going to go. This teacher was Gary Swick.
You recognize that? Most everybody can recognize an adult dragonfly, and we know where we find them. They're flying around water because that's their habitat. I get distracted by shiny objects. Mussel shells are really shiny. They were made into buttons in the early days before we had plastic. You picked up just a random rock. This little clump of pebbles is a caddisfly house. You know, ooh, yuck, but like, it's life. I had a long career being an environmental educator, and along the way, I discovered how powerful it was to get kids in strength. Hi, Gary Swick. I'm a friend of the Fox River.
Friends of the Fox River is a water quality nonprofit that is devoted to protecting the Fox River and its watershed.
If everybody was a TV repair person, then we'd be pretty limited in what we could do, because you can't eat TVs.
So this bucket here that our friends brought us is our sample water for today.
Down here in this box, 15.
This is an oxygen test. It's for oxygen that's in the water.
Between 13 and 22 is air. Around 1991, I ran into the founder of Friends of the Fox River, Pat Reese, He was building the organization, and one of the components was students in the stream. The river does not have a voice. And today when people ask, what does Friends of the Fox River do? That's often what I say. We're trying to give the river a voice. What's important is the trend over time. So what we want to do is look at last year's data. If last year's data was a 23, there's a problem. It's really important to keep a close eye on our resources. We rely on federal, state, local agencies to be doing that monitoring, but it's very limited because it's funded by taxpayers. In Illinois, there's 5 major river basins. So once every 5 years, one of those gets an intensive survey. Only once in every 5 years. I don't know about you, but if I only went to my dentist once every 5 years, I would be having problems. That's one reason why I think it's essential for young people to be looking at water quality periodically to understand when their river is being abused.
There's going to be 3 different ways that we're going to be collecting data. It's all about checking the health, right? I really felt a need to have a grasp on what is happening in different parts of the river. It's very different up and down the whole 200+ miles.
Come with us, and we're going to go out this way. There are tolerances that people, animals, and plants can survive and thrive in.
Things that are going on in watershed won't be the same things that I'll see in Aurora, down in the mouth of the Illinois River. For one, I litter, garbage containers, by far.
So when settlers came here, we knew that it was very valuable to carry sewage away from our homes and all the runoff and industrial pollution. But we all lived downstream, so we came to learn that that wasn't a really good plan. People should look at the habitat.
There's not much distance between the manicured golf green and the edge of the river, which is a big problem because we know golf courses use herbicides to treat their greens.
And look at chemical analysis.
So nitrogen specifically is a big component of fertilizer. Extra phosphate and extra nitrates is going to cause a lot of ailments.
But what ties it all together is looking at what diversity can survive and thrive in the stream. Who is present, who is abundant, is very telling. Here's some really tiny mayflies in here. Intolerant to pollution, and that would be group 1. Cannot handle it, so they're only in really clean water. We look for a variety of different flies, aquatic worms, snails, leeches, some crayfish. By their job, mussels are filter feeders. Cloudy water goes in, clear water goes out. And today, mussels are the most endangered animal groups that exist. The dams create obstacles for mussels. Downstream of the dams is good habitat. You find mussel shells all over the place. But above the dam that becomes, in essence, a lake environment, the bucky bottom is not suitable habitat, and they perish. When I was a teenager, it was dangerous to go in the water. There was raw sewage flowing in it. Fish that were in there had sores. It's a really nasty, polluted place. We did not get anybody in group 1. So we put a 0 down at the bottom where it says number of pack stuff. It's always under siege. Anytime that there's traffic, anytime that there's litter.
So up here hanging from the wire is that got tangled up in the fishing line. What is the first step in inspiring people to care? Beautiful misty morning, Fox River. My mom and lovers hung out here and whispered sweet nothings to each other. A great many. I'm right up a little tree. I'm real glad you don't know Bob. Thanks, pal. We'll connect together in this friendly Fox River on a golf ball. So, the water here is pretty shallow. There's a lot of mud on the bottom, and as we paddle through, fish just move in the mud and create these really incredible mud clouds. So quiet, so peaceful. See so many animals and almost no people at all.
I think we've had a couple generations now very disconnected from the natural environment, fearful of the natural environment because they don't have a relationship.
Okay, raise your hand. Can mussels get around? Can they move? Oh, okay, we got blurters. Some people say yes, some people say no. Raise your hand if you think mussels have a foot. Mussels have 1 foot, and they use it and they drag themselves along river bottoms to get around, right? Learned until I was like 30.
Yeah, so look, see, I got stuff. People do that stuff. If we want to change a culture, we need to be working with who the culture is going to be.
It's our Fox River Day. It's becoming a really large event.
Speaking of big, that's what the Fox River watershed is, and that's why we designed It's Our Fox River Day to celebrate the entire 200+ mile length, over 50 events, over 200 miles, and we will have over 1,000 people today. Math and social studies are important life skills, and no discount to my colleagues, but environmental science is crucial to how we all live. It has values to them individually, but it has value to the community. One state can't manage it, we need both states. One county can't do it, we need all 15 counties. One town can't do it, we need all 100 municipalities to do it. And it'd be helpful if we had 1 million residents. Connecting people is the first step.
Clean water is not a given. Many of us maybe feel that it is, but there are people all over the world that do not have access to clean water the way that we do. And the only way to ensure that that privilege remains for generations to come is to do the work to protect it as a critical resource that it is. For us, education is the first step, and that compassion for the natural world is what will lead to protecting the river and the environment as if it's our loved one.
Thank you. Come on. No. There we go. All right. Whew. We made it. All right. Thank you for that. And I hope you all understand that you are all part of that system. This The film that they made was really probably the biggest gift that Friends of the Fox has ever gotten, because it helps tell the message about how the watershed needs our help. And all of you that are here today are helpers and warriors in that effort. So you're going to let me know in 10 minutes? Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to roll through these kind of fast, but this is a recruiting tour right now for It's Our Fox River Day 2024. I know you're feeling inspired and you're wondering, like, what can I do? So I'm going to help you with that. So maybe you remember last year the Fox River accompanied me, and I interviewed the Fox River, and the message was that the Fox River needs you and those million people to be able to connect. And we have our challenges as a bi-state watershed, and we're meeting those challenges. I know it's not the 10th annual, but we're here again for the 12th time to work together to see what we can do, because you have to think like a watershed to manage a watershed. So Karen talked about the water trail, like that's a tangible physical connection that people can participate in. So the concept is to celebrate the river and celebrate the things that we love about the river and the things that the river does, and all the things within the river. The idea of It's Our Fox River Day began with Pat Quinn in the state of Illinois, and he made It's Our River Day. And in the Fox River, we made it It's Our Fox River Day. And then we decided to really jump on it in 2019. It used to be Love Our River Day. And so we started that, and like so many things, like we crashed with COVID. And so it's hard to get together to celebrate. So we had a special one, but in 2021, we really boomed. But it was pretty Elgin centric. And then in 2022, we put some big goals up there, and we reached those goals. And it was truly watershed-wide from top to bottom. And I'm going to show you data from 2022 and not so much from 2023, because one of our challenges is people do their event and then they don't want to tell about it. So we did not get very much data last year, but the results were very similar. So this just shows you a breakdown of the data, and you can read that all for yourself, but it was a variety of things. It began as a watershed-wide cleanup, but we learned right away doing a cleanup, organizing a cleanup is daunting for a lot of people. So we welcome anything that you want to do. Paddling events are pretty popular. I'm going to show you the website, and on the website there's a lot of how-to stuff, but for me, these are the 5 fingers of a successful cleanup. If you have these as your partners, you'll have what you need and you'll get a good crowd. Service organizations are just that. I love presenting the service people. They're the kind of people that have a question like, what do you want us to do? And then they do it. And so Rotaries have been our stars, but several other ones there too. And many of you probably belong to a service organization. We have a growing business support, and I know there's business people in the room here. So maybe you want to help us out. Here and Graham were one of the first ones to sign up last year, actually, to do a cleanup. And then individuals, and what you saw in the film was Jenny doing her river length paddle. That's what she did for her It's Our Fox River Day in 2022. Okay, here we are to 2023. One really big thing that happened was we quadrupled the number of events in Wisconsin. Let's hear it for Wisconsin. That's some crazy growth, right? And I want to point out Lucy in the middle. Lucy was a senior at Lake Geneva High School. Maybe getting it wrong here. But anyway, she organized the cleanup on the White River. It included a bike or hike scavenger hunt. She had guest speakers there. Cindy was there for that. And it was a fun time, but she did it all herself, a high school senior. Pretty impressive. The other lady there, Shravya, she came to us through a state program getting young women into politics, and she handled our municipal proclamations. So we have 100 municipalities in the watershed. If all of them, a big portion of them would accept or adopt a proclamation, that would be a pretty strong statement, I think. So she's going to expand that and work more in Wisconsin and counties as well. So if you have any influence there. This was my partner at a Lions Club pancake breakfast. We got the idea, like if you fold a pancake in half, it looks like a mussel. So we took the opportunity, put a blueberry in the middle. It's like a, right? So it's just a matter of being creative, and like he killed it there. For 2024, we made some goals. We'd like to double the number of events. We're not increasing the number of friends that participate. We're just going to see what happens with that. We don't want to be too crazy, but we were near 2,000 2 years ago. Karen mentioned that we hooked up with breweries, and we met a new demographic at the breweries, and we also found just what keeps getting repeated is everybody loves the river. They have different perspectives, why they love it or their connection to it, but they care about it and they want to do things to support it. They're happy to buy a beer and have $1 go to that. We didn't even intend to have a fundraiser. They volunteered, stepped up to do that. So again, hats off to Wisconsin. We're going to try and work more schools. We have a thing in the brew. This is in Illinois. It was one of our federal representatives was in the previous slide. Forgot to mention it. But he wants to welcome his colleagues. So we're going to have the federal senators and representatives of Illinois. We're going to have get on a boat, we hope, in the Chain of Lakes. And then the next Saturday, it's going to be in St. Charles on the paddle boat. And the next Saturday after that, it will be a kayak trip from Batavia probably to Aurora. And then the next Saturdays, it's our Fox River Day. So if we can get federal attention, we're hoping that's going to be nothing but good. So Friends of the Fox is here to mother the event. So we have a very small team, but we have experience and we have you. So we are the guides, so we certainly can't be all 200 miles in the watershed over 4 people. We do not have a helicopter. So we're counting on you, people in this room, and a bunch of other people to help us out. Am I doing okay on time? If you go to our website, there's a tab for It's Our Fox River Day, and as I alluded to, there are plenty of things to help you there. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, here we are at the website. Oh my, it's amazing. All right, so it didn't work. Oh, I'm here on the website. No wonder you weren't celebrating with me. Thank you for not laughing.
No, that's not it either.
Well, you can take my word for it.
Yeah, he's serious.
All right, well, on the website, I just wanted to show you some whiz-bang features that we have on there. So we have a listing of the events alphabetically We have an interactive map. So if somebody wants to look at geographically where events are, they can click on the It's Our Fox River Day icon on the map, and it will go to that event, and they can register for that event. Oh, well, it's all right. Yeah. And then we have it broken down by cleanups, by educational events. Oh, okay. Paddle events. So you can direct anybody to go there, and they can find what's going to work for them. Uh-oh. All right. So here's our flyer for this year, and my ask for you is to figure out, what do you do and what do you care about? If you're somebody that does mussel surveys, maybe you can do a mussel survey. Maybe you can focus on the water trail and do a paddle. Maybe you can go to a place where there's disabled access and do that. Maybe you're a water quality professional. Maybe you just want to do a pop-up somewhere on a corner and tell people about water quality. So much of this is just connecting people. Maybe if you're in the chain of lakes, you want to do a septic system demonstration, or what's a buffer strip on your property. Maybe if you're a food producer, you want to try and help people understand cover crops or regenerative agriculture. The public really wants to know how they can participate in protecting the river. Maybe you're a federal or state official relative to dam removal, and you want to just have a hangout with people, or arts, would like to have it in 6 different communities on that day. Maybe you can talk to people about salting sensibly. So please think about what you do. Do you fish? Do you photograph? Do you paddle? Do you wander? Do you fungus hunt? And bring some people with you just to connect. It can be as simple and as fun as that. So I have a request for you, and that's for you to consider hosting an event. It's not till September. This is non-binding for you. You can change your event at any time. It can go from a bike ride to a paddle trip to a cleanup to gymnastics. But if you register today, you can register right now, and you'll find on your table, uh-oh, I told a secret. You can find on your table the QR code. You can go right now to the website that I could not show you. You'll see clearly marked, host an event. If you sign up to host an event today, you are going to get a free raffle ticket to win that thing. Oh yeah. Who doesn't want that? Like, super Christmas present if you don't want it. I'll tell you when my birthday is if you don't want it. Or you can donate it back for next year. But we have been blessed with a donation of a North Star canoe that's really beautiful. So it's on your table right now on what you're going to get, a raffle ticket to that. So click on the QR code, register, and then think about what it is that you're going to do, and you can add to your event as time goes on. But last year, I think we had 5 or 6 groups sign up. So I'm asking you to do it right now. Pay attention to the next presenter, of course. But at your earliest convenience, before the summit ends, register for an event. If everybody did that, we'll easily reach our goal by April, probably. Jenny?
I'll be back up here in Waukesha doing a cleanup. We worked from just below the dam to Bethesda Park. We wanted to make it, for those of you who know where that is, we wanted to make it all the way up to the sanctuary. There's too much grass. So we're coming back again. So I know a lot of you are local to that region. So shoreline or on the water. Come join me. You'll see that on our sign-in form really soon.
Shout out to Waukesha last year. 3 events in Waukesha. Families meeting, critters, Jenny's cleanup, and a paddling event. Question back there?
event, I have 10 raffles. I would like to advertise my stand up for the paddle, stand up for the foxes and paddle board group at Parchment Document. So come to me and try to join me on this our fox thing.
We are rolling, aren't we? Come on, come on. Click that QR code. You all have something to offer to help people connect to the Fox River. Teeny or huge. All right, thank you, everybody.